What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a ton of stuff to cover because I have been gone for a couple of weeks to LA, which don't worry, I made sure to record some footage for you guys while I was out there. I think y'all will really enjoy that. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell for notifications so that way you don't miss those videos as well. Today we're going to be talking about the new weapon changes, some items that got updated in the files that we could possibly see in the near future, some new unnamed POIs, Tilted Towers returning, and also Epic already threatening to remove Tilted Towers. But that's not all that we have today. We also have our first look at Covert Canyon. So make sure you stick here to the end of the video so that way you don't miss any of this huge news. I guarantee you're going to learn something new. Let's get right into it. All right, so we're going to start off with the stuff that came out last week during the hotfix update, moving into the big 19.1 update, and then into the stuff that is coming to the game that y'all probably don't know about. Starting off with the weapon fix that we had last week. The Stinger SMG and the MK7 both got a damage nerf. The Stinger SMG now is lowered by 2 damage per rarity, with damage being 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 22. Not that big of a nerf for the SMG, but you know, maybe you might survive a little bit longer if someone jumps in your box now with it. We'll just have to see. I haven't been able to play since I've been gone, obviously. MK7, it got lowered by 1 damage per rarity, so now it does 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 respectively. The auto shotgun, however, got a buff this week with the reload time lowered by 1.53 seconds per rarity. That's going to make it feel a little less clunky. And as y'all seen in my loadout video, if y'all haven't seen that, link right up here. I mentioned the auto shotgun in a few of the loadouts. I think this shotgun is very underrated, and it's going to be a really good shotgun to use. This shotgun meta, in my opinion, is very balanced. A lot of people like the striker because it reminds them of the pump, but don't sleep on the auto shotgun. The auto shotgun is a very viable weapon if used correctly. But that's not it. We have more weapon changes as the week progressed, starting with the MK7. The MK7 got another nerf, and this is to build damage. So it was at 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, but now it's at 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 damage per build. So the MK7's not going to be shooting through builds as much anymore. I felt like it was pretty okay where it was at. Now it's just going to be almost impossible to either shoot someone out, go through a wall with the MK7. However, you might still be able to bleed some bullets through, but at what cost? You're going to end up going through an entire clip of ammo trying to get 1 or 2 bullets to bleed through with the MK7. However, the Ranger rifle did get a huge buff to damage and to build damage. So it was at 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34. It has now been buffed to 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. So 1 damage per rarity on the Ranger rifles, which, once again, if y'all seen the loadout video, I mentioned the Ranger rifle being super underrated as well. The MK7 probably beats it out just because of the rate of fire that it has, but the Ranger rifle isn't to be slept on. It does a lot of damage for low rarities and high rarities, and it's pretty accurate as well, which we'll talk about later on in the video. Additionally to the weapon changes, we see the flare gun and grenade launcher both get unvaulted during this week, which I'm sure if y'all have played anytime in the past 2 weeks, y'all know the flare gun and the grenade launcher are both in the game now. Here's a little tweet from Fortnite. They said the grenade launcher is back and we've made some tweaks to its responsiveness. Projectiles now explode after their first bounce and fire more directly at your target. You can find them from rare chests, drops, and sharks. So watch out for those grenade launchers. I feel like they're not going to be as common in the loot pool. That's a really good thing to have, because if everybody has grenade launchers, it's just going to be chaos. It's not going to be fun. Grenade launchers really don't take that much skill. So having them in the loot pool in a way where they're very rare to find, unless you're just going after them, killing the sharks, you're really not going to have a grenade launcher. Weather also got a huge hotfix during this week as well. Unfortunately, I have not been able to play with the weather update here lately. So let me know what you guys think about the weather update. Are y'all enjoying it? Let me know. I'm gonna jump in game later today and really test out the weather. Hopefully, if I can find one of these tornadoes, since tornado weeks is over. But let's talk about the hot fixes that they did to tornadoes. Tornadoes now can have a maximum vehicles in them of 2 instead of 1. So more cars flying around in the tornadoes, that could be kind of dangerous. Maybe you can jump inside the car while it's in the tornado. The objects that the tornado can pick up has been moved from 50 to 75. So there's going to be a lot more objects flying around this tornado. The objects in the tornadoes will probably be able to damage you. So make sure you watch out for that, since there's going to be a lot more objects flying around in the tornado. So if you're using it for mobility in pubs, since it's currently disabled in competitive, just watch out for it. Good news for all you mobile players out there though, Fortnite will be available on the iOS, Safari, and Android devices via the GeForce Now app. So go ahead, jump in, take care of Tilted Towers on mobile, and have a good time with that. Moving on to the Clombos and the Clombo berries. They are now around the map. The giant dinosaurs have been unfrozen along with Tilted, as we all know. We'll get into that later. And they're just roaming around the map. These things are huge, they're adorable, and they're not aggressive unless you make them aggressive. Some things to keep your eyes out for with these Clombos is that they can walk through builds. So make sure you're not based up around them, because they can just walk right on through. And if there's an enemy near, they can take advantage of that. Clombo berries, on the other hand, you can actually deal damage with the Clombo berries to players. It deals 40 damage to players per berry that you throw at it. And it has a fire rate of 2. I don't know what fire rate has to do with throwing a berry at someone. Show me that y'all got a kill with one of these Clombo berries. I would love to see it. Maybe I'll make a montage. Additionally, we got a new loading screen for the Clombos as well. And like I said, they're just absolutely adorable. How can you not love these little guys? The tents also got kind of a nerf. There's been following items blacklisted from being put into the tent. And these items are the flopper, the slurp fish, jellyfish, spicy fish, shield fish, small fries, and the Spider-Man web shooters. So no longer can you put in the Spider-Man web shooters into the tents and have them guaranteed for the next game as well. There's a lot of the Spider-Man mythics around the map already. There's really no point in putting them into your tent and having them as soon as you land at whatever POI you land at. I think it's a good change. They really needed it. So let's move into some competitive news. The FNCS dates were announced over this week. Qualifier 1s are going to be from February 17th to the 18th. Qualifier 2 is going to be February 19th to the 20th. Semifinals are February 25th to the 27th. And the finals are March 5th through the 6th. This really isn't a lot of time for an FNCS. They did this last season as well, and I am expecting them to have a huge tournament around the end of the season. I don't know, it just feels kind of rushed. I hope they have a really big tournament planned for around the end of the season as well. Additionally, reinforced traps are now in competitive. They drop in stacks of 2 in floor loot and supply drops. And additionally, the shield kegs have been brought to competitive, which is amazing. And unless you're playing duos or trios, you're really not going to pick up the shield kegs in solos, because you can just pick up big pots instead and get more use out of it. The guaranteed 100 shield is just amazing and can possibly save your life in those really tight situations that you may get yourself into. So moving on to what everyone wants to know about, the 19.1 update. We've got some big news. We've got some leaks. We got some encrypted files that we know about. For starters, the shop is going to have an update. It's going to show the back blings separate from the skins, but don't worry, the back blings will still come with the skins. This is just so that way you get a better view of the back blings and the skin, even though we really don't care about back blings all that much, because most of us probably run with no back blings on. At least you get to see like kind of up close what the back bling is going to look like before you purchase the skin. Speaking of skins, we have some new variants such as the Scarlet Commander, Foundation's Flame, Foundation's Mantle, and the number 1 Finger. I know you hear me mention the Foundation's Flame and Mantle. We're going to talk more about the Foundation here in a second. So we have a Vi bundle coming. We have Jinx Bundle coming, which I thought was already in the game, but I guess not. It might have got updated with something else added to it. I'm not quite sure, but it did get added into this update as well. And then we have kind of new skin bundle. I haven't seen this skin yet. It looks pretty new to me. Let me know if y'all have seen it before. Maybe I'm just forgetting about it. I'm probably going to pick it up. It looks like a pretty cool skin. Let's talk about the new collabs that are also coming. So within the next 2 weeks, we should see Hawkeye, Arcane, which is Vi, and Green Goblin. Those are the 3 collabs that we should be seeing coming to the game. We do have some in-game look at these skins. 100%, I'm picking up Vi. I just recently started watching Arcane on Netflix, not a sponsor. I'm really enjoying it. I don't really care about League of Legends all that much, but the show's pretty fire. Also, I really like the Green Goblin skin that's coming to the game, even though it is the comic book version of the Green Goblin. I'll probably be picking him up as well. As far as Hawkeye and Kate Bishop, they're really cool skins, don't get me wrong, but I was just never a big Hawkeye fan. Let me know down in the comments if y'all are going to be picking up any of those bundles as well. Along with the collabs, we do have a few emotes as well, which I'll have playing in the background while I'm talking over, because we still have a lot of stuff to go over. So we have Vi's emote, which is pretty cool. Definitely going to get that. If it's optional, it might be a built-in emote. Along with the Green Goblin's emote, definitely a cool emote, not gonna lie. We also have the first look at the February crew pack skin, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know what it has to do with the storyline. Like the past couple subscription packs have been very storyline based. This one's kind of random, but I'm sure we'll find something out about it in the near future. Speaking of cosmetics, the Storm Scout back bling actually got updated in the files today to show the chapter 3 map instead of the chapter 2 map. Just a little quality of life change, I guess, for that. So now if you want to use it to see about the chapter 3 map and where the storm might be, go ahead, throw it on, use it. Along with the 19.1 update, we did get more weapon changes as well. The Ranger rifle is now more accurate and the bullets don't spread. Also, when you stand still, it shoots even more accurately, which makes this seem like the pre-nerfed AK, which I was a huge fan of. And I'm still a huge fan of the Ranger rifle. I really like it. If it's the only AR that I have, I'm using it. This thing absolutely shreds people if you're accurate with it. And with them making it even more accurate, this thing's gonna be deadly in the right hands. I guaranteed you. From what I've heard, a lot of the EU pros have actually been using the Ranger rifle over the MK7. My loadout video that I mentioned previously, I had the Ranger in there. And it's very underrated. Start using it. Start getting good with it. Get used to it. Learn how to use it, because who knows, it might be the best AR in the game at some point. Epic is also currently working on new rarities of the LMG and the scoped, or the thermal scoped AR, and also the machine pistol, which is actually ready to be released right now. So within the next couple of weeks, we could see them adding in the machine pistol to the loot pool as well. We seen this pistol leaked, what, 3-4 seasons ago now? And it looked pretty interesting. It has a pretty small clip, but it fires pretty quickly. So who knows if anyone will actually pick it up versus like a Stinger SMG. I guess we'll just have to wait and see when it comes out. I might do a comparison video on it. Let me know if you want to see that. Additionally, this is a really big one now. The heavy shotgun actually got updated in the files as well, which normally means we could possibly see it coming to the game in the very near future. It probably won't come to the game this season, but if I'm willing to bet, it'll be here next season. So the heavy shotgun now shoots 1 pellet and has no spread, with a 5-second reload time and a clip size of 5. The damage stats are common does 25 damage and 81 damage to the head, and the legendary does 31 damage and 101 headshot damage. That's huge, especially if it's 1 pellet. So like if you hit them, you're guaranteed to do that damage. I feel like that's going to be pretty powerful depending on what the fire rate of the heavy shotgun is, because in the past the heavy shotgun ended up being slower than the tac shotgun was. So depending on whether or not it's slower or faster than the auto shotgun, the heavy shotgun might actually overtake the auto shotgun just because of the 1 pellet and no spread. It's going to be definitely a fun item to check out, and it'll bring more variety to the shotgun meta as we're seeing right now with just the striker pump and the auto shotgun. And you know, I'm all for changing up the meta. The revolver also got updated in this week's update of all rarities. Keep your eye out. We could see the revolvers coming, even though I'm pretty sure no one ever uses the revolvers. They're just gonna, you know, clunk up the loot pool a bit more, but who knows? They could actually be decent now. We could be seeing the revolver return in the very, very near future. Let's move on to some map changes and some more stuff that got updated that we will probably see in the next couple weeks moving forward as well. So first map change. The third IO drill has arrived to the island. It's just east of Sleepy Sound. Once again, featuring the IO crate, guards, and the new scout drill tech. That's our first new item there. The new scout drill tech. From what I've heard, because obviously I haven't been able to play with this item yet, it's like a UAV in Call of Duty. It shows you where a lot of the nearby players are when using this item. With it being IO tech, I don't doubt that at all. We also got a couple new item icons added to the game as well. These icons include the tinfoil drill console. We got a slurp barrel item. I don't know how that's going to work, especially with the slurp keg in the game currently right now. Also, the bounty boards got a updated icon. So now when you're near, you can actually see on your mini map where the bounty board actually is. We also have a new pizza consumable, which per slice, you can have a max stack of 1. You can also throw these pizza slices at opponents, dealing 40 damage, just like the clomberries do, with a fire rate of 2 as well. So I guess 2 is just the standard fire rate for throwable items. I know these pizza slices can also heal you. I'm not quite sure on how much they actually heal you, but we also have another item regarding the pizza slice, and that's the pizza party item. This is a whole box of pizza. Apparently it has slurp mushroom toppings on it, so you can eat these pieces of pizza and it will heal you just like the slurp shrooms do. You know, pretty interesting if you ask me. You know, you can either eat the pizza to heal you, or you can throw it at an opponent to damage them. Obviously, with all of these map changes going on, we do have new unnamed POIs around the map, including the Caddis, Desert Mansion, Dirt Track, Fishy Island, Pirate Rowboat, Ranger Tower, Rusty Car Bench, Temple Stairs, and Tiny Timber Tent. Say that one 5 times fast.
Tiny Timber Tent, Tiny Timber Tent, Tiny Timber Tent, Tiny Timber Tent, Tiny Timber Tent.
Wow. Now the most important one in that list is obviously the Caddis, because as we all know, Caddis is the monster from the chapter 1 map that fought the mecha team leader and ended up ultimately destroying the island because they ruptured the 0 point and caused it to black hole everything. The Caddis POI is going to be very important this season because it looks like that the Devourer, aka the Caddis landmark, is still planning to turn into a cave with the codename Caddis Cave, and we actually have some interior sounds of the cave. It also hints towards a second Caddis from those groans, because we already know that the first Caddis died by the hands of the mecha team leader. So obviously the one that's still in the ground that we're hearing right now is a second Caddis. And if we refer back to Bunker Jonesy's wall, we can actually see a second monster on the wall as well. I actually have a whole theory about the second Caddis. If y'all want to hear that, let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to make another theory video for you guys. Y'all seem to like the last one. Now, before we move into Covert Canyon and the Tilted news, let's talk about a new mechanic that could be possibly coming to the game next season, because I doubt they'll bring it this season, and that is the tactical sprint mechanic. Tactical sprint mechanic will increase your running speed while activated, and it will slowly increase more while you're going downhill. The more your speed increases while going downhill, the more your camera will shake. So pretty much it's going to make you harder to hit, obviously, because you're moving faster, but it's going to make it harder for you to shoot other people because your camera is going to be shaking. You're not going to be able to aim as accurately because you're running as well. This mechanic could really change up the game. Now let's talk about the reason why y'all are all here. Covert Canyon. It was supposed to be released with this update but I guess they just weren't ready to release it, or they realized that this update already had a ton of content as is and that they could probably push it off for another update later on down the road. Either way, we have our first look at Covert Canyon Poi on the mini map. Thanks to Fire Monkey, we can see what the old mountain looks like versus what the new mountain's going to look like when Covert Cavern actually comes to the game. It's definitely going to be something interesting to check out. Right now, from this mini map, it does look like it's filled with water, so who knows if it will drain throughout the seasons. Tilted Towers has been out just a few days now, and there's already been crazy videos of people using the flare gun while in Tilted Towers. This brings back old memories from chapter 1 with everybody landing at Tilted. It's just absolutely a madhouse right now. Epic Games has already threatened to remove Tilted Towers with this tweet right here. Fortnite says, "We've only had Clombos for a day, but if anything happens to them, we would eliminate all of Tilted." Fortnite, Epic Games, they love to destroy Tilted Towers. And I feel like this Tilted Towers is going to be no different. The recent Tilted Towers update. Are y'all enjoying Tilted Towers? Is it too chaotic for y'all? Where are y'all landing during this? But that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that way you don't miss the LA trip. Don't miss out. It was a very exciting time for me. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.